Yo, what's the deal, man? It's your boy Big Bird, Brandon Bird. What up? Just getting with you, man. Let's shine some light, man, about the Daca Hurricane Maria. I think it's now the Category 4, directly targeting Puerto Rico. Uh, Probably paths like Cuba, Florida. Right now, the weather people they don't know what the fuck. They don't know really what's going on. But yeah, man, just to shine light what the probability is for the island and maybe for the coastal United States. It's a lot of people call it geo weathering. I just call it Mother Nature. I call it climate change and Mother Nature being highly very pissed off. Also, too, I want to talk a little bit about the DACA program. That they reached really no deal, and a potential 800,000 people or dreamers can be deported. There's really nothing about that. I mean, I told me and my friend, we argued. He's Hispanic, you know what I'm saying? He was talking about. We had a very in-depth debate over it, and I told him like it is. I said, well, look, man, if they came illegal, you know what I'm saying, then shit, ain't nothing ain't nothing you can do. They came illegal. If I came in Mexico and they found I'm illegal and I'm trying to benefit off of their shit, nigga, I'm going straight to jail or straight up out of there. They're gonna run me out of there. But they're gonna beat my ass and throw me in jail. Cause I'm a criminal. I'm there illegally. You broke a law, so you're a criminal. You know what I'm saying? I think just the share, what's going on and everything. I do. I feel the people over there. I feel them, but at the same time, they're breaking the law. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the DACA problem is really not a black problem. Everybody's trying to loop it together as being a black problem. It's not a black problem. It's a certain it's an expanded problem because they're illegal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even though you grew up in the United States, but you're not really technically a citizen, so you shouldn't be a benefit that. If your parents knew you was kind of like illegal, they should have figured a way to get you legal paper. So from them being illegal, they couldn't do that, so you was already invalid from the jump. But under white supremacy and organized racism and the status of being cheap labor that your parents were or your grandparents were, and when they came over from wherever they came from, it obviously wasn't a wealthy country at that moment, at that time. So it was cheap labor. You know what I'm saying? Cheap labor got a lot to do with the immigration, and also is also a racial agenda behind that. But yeah, that's what I just want to speak on. I know my friend. He came with some bullshit. I mean, he had some good points, but yeah, he came out with some bullshit. The bullshit was about he wanted to compare, Mexicans struggle as black. And I said, you can't do that, man. You can't justify your oppression as being black. Unless you guys were slaves and being raped and tortured and killed without no mercy and everything else, used, segregated, appropriated, just straight abused, like black people been at least in this country. But I'll put a generalization. I'll say it's a mistreatment of black people through the entire Western Hemisphere. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at that. You know what I'm saying? White supremacy comes from Europe. White supremacy started in the Renaissance period. That's when the quote enlightenment or revamping, rebuilding, was basically ushered by by African, but black Africans. You know what I'm saying? But there were still melanated people that came in a Europe that as a society was barbarian, was like hell on earth. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, nobody didn't take down Rome. White people took down Rome as the Goths. That were German barbarians. And they didn't do shit when they took it over. And they took it over for 200 years, but it wasn't shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I told people you gotta take credit for that. Europe wouldn't be what it is without the Moors invaded. I know they like to quote to put the Muslim and all that shit, but I'm just sticking to facts. You know what I'm saying? I know some white supremacists, they gonna just come with them bullshit lies and deceptional and try to stay on code. I'm gonna just bring facts. You know what I'm saying? You can follow me on Instagram, Big Bird on Instagram. I don't really talk a lot of shit. I mean, I do call it out when I see it. But mainly, I bring out facts, man. All my shit is historic facts. I like to put out facts, real fucking history. Okay, and white supremacy, deception is the key. Like I said, there's a lot of fucking people that don't know nothing about what really transpired or went down in the past. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I say, if you know your past, it's going to change you in the present to make decisions to improve yourself, better yourself, or empower yourself in the future. And that's what I like to do. I like to empower. But I also like to teach history. And once you know truth, you have your head on a little bit more straight. You're more focused because now you understand where everything is basically, how everything is reacting now came from. But like I said, Daca, I mean, look, the dreamers, these are like millennials. These are people like 21, 25, damn near 30 years old. So you had damn near at least maybe 10 years or more, at least 10 years or so, 5 or 10 years of them being actual legal adult to say, you know what, I'm kind of legal. I need to go and get this right. I need to get my citizenship. But they never did it. But you forgot, a lot of these areas that these people come in are majority Hispanic population areas. So you got a lot of people that speak the same language who come from maybe the same ethnic group, like Mexicans or whatever like that. That's gonna be more of a barrier, a more protective shield for them. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, I'm not against it. I'm just like I'm saying, like my man with Tariq said. They gotta fight that battle on their own, because right now too much shit going on for us. So, and there ain't no coalition or unity, because right now everybody is thinking among themselves. Till everybody understand, like I said, until everybody understand what white supremacy and organized racism is, this is what's probably going to be is. And I'm like, hey, I stay on code. Like I told my friend, that's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? That's an Hispanic problem. But would you cave for another ethnicity, a racial ethnic group? He said, fuck no. So even Hispanics didn't even have a coalition with each other. The only time they have coalitions is if it's in America or a certain group that they're trying to focus agenda to. But I'm not going to even go beyond that. But like I said, the Daca, man, I mean, that's pretty much not my fight. That should be no black people fight. But I'll speak a little bit more. Like I said, I just want to put a little my quotes into it, whatever is about the Daca program. I'll hit you with another one of the videos a little soon. You gotta stay up. 1.